The party
Guy
was lame to me.
Fieri.
Fieri.
This is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my co-host and sister, Vetta.
Hi, guys.
Hey, you. How you doing? I'm good.
Good.
I'm good. Jinx. All right. So, and on this episode, we have a special guest, R2 the Icky. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
No, thanks for coming on. So this month, our theme is vacations for the month of December. And so we are going to be reviewing the movie Captain Ron, which R2, question, why did you pick this movie of all movies?
Because, well, on my channel, we used to do retro movie reviews, so stuff we grew up watching. This was actually on our list. We were on the verge of doing Summer Rental when we all kind of broke up, and so
Oh, gotcha.
but I was like, which one do I want to do? And I'm like, you know what? I love Kurt Russell. Let's do Captain Ron.
Who doesn't love Kurt Russell?
Yeah.
And this is our second movie with him on a boat. So
It is.
yeah, so okay, but before we get
his second
into
character with an eye patch.
yeah, it is. Okay, so before we get started on this movie, I'm going to ask the most important question of the night, and that is, what are you drinking? And we'll start with you, R2. What are you drinking, buddy?
I got I've heard of it before, but it's not bad. It's Baco aged rum, 12 years old.
Oh, nice.
So I went with something good. I almost got after the character of the movie Ron Rico. I almost got Ron Rico rum, but I'm like, this looks pretty cheap. Like, don't want a really bad hangover. So
Right on. Yeah, no, totally get it. Vetta, what about you? What are you drinking?
I am drinking a cherry lime margarita,
Nice.
and I made too much, so I have a backup as well.
You can never make too much margarita.
It is
There's no
so
such thing.
green. Like the margarita syrup, I'm like, I guess they really wanted to get the lime across on
It's
it.
like the money these people didn't make on this boat.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a rum and Coke, because pirates like rum, and
Delicious,
I can't drink it straight up because I'm a girl. Okay. So, Captain
both
Ron.
are so fancy. I should have added ice to my drink.
No, it's fine. Okay, so Captain Ron, when mild-mannered Martin Harvey finds out that he has inherited a vintage yacht, he dedicates his time and takes his family to the Caribbean vacation to retrieve the vessel. Upon arriving on a small island and realizing that the ship is in rough shape, Martin and his family end up with more than they bargained for, as they have Captain Ron sign on to sail the boat to Miami. It doesn't take long before Ron's anything goes antics get the Harveys into plenty of trouble. They get into. All right, let's pull this sucker up and let's talk about that. So we start off with Martin, short, but his name is Martin also in this movie, which I found very confusing because I was like, Martin. So they live in Chicago, right? Hold on, real quick. I have to take off this eye patch because I can't see a damn thing. Okay. So they live in Chicago, and I just have to say, so Martin's walking through the streets of Chicago, and he's wearing like the gayest fucking outfit I've ever seen. He's wearing this long fucking trench coat and this scarf. Like, that scarf is so huge. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever, Marty. And he gets to work, right? And there's all this glass all over the ground and everything. And he's just looking at it like, what happened here? And I'm all like, well,
did you think somebody jumped? Because I forgot.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought they'd be like, like Don on the 34th floor couldn't handle it anymore. So, so he goes inside. And all these people, he gets coffee and people bump into him. And then there's these two dudes. Now, I just want to say, okay, they get into this elevator and it's packed as shit, right? Now, these two dudes right here, this fat guy right here, total fucking asshole.
Right.
He's just talking match, and he's like, Martin here, he thinks he can be a fucking writer. And I'm like, yo, hey, Porky, you need to calm the fuck down. Maybe Martin does have, the next Harry Potter in his cranium, and you are shitting all over his dream while Miss Sicky Six sneezes in his coffee. I would have been pissed. I've been like,
I would have been like, that's $5 because this was expensive. But you called the big guy and his cohort assholes. The guy who brings this fucking bike on the
was
elevator
an asshole.
is the asshole.
Yeah, there's a weight limit on this elevator. Do people not read this stuff and everything? Right. What do you think, R2, of this whole situation?
I was gonna say, you're calling everybody an asshole here, and it's funny. Moranis almost played this part, so he could have had a throwback to Dark Helmet and just been like, surrounded by assholes.
That's funny. That'd been great.
Well, okay. I think it sets up perfectly the kind of how crummy maybe his life is in terms of just the monotony of working and just all the BS you got to put up with in a corporate world like this.
Can I just say I'm also disturbed on this Frozen screen right now because that lady has sneezed in his coffee 37 times and now he's holding it in his mouth.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I was like, ew. I was like, I would have just dropped it. So they get off, but he's been served these papers and he opens them up and he's just like, what? Oh my goodness. I get it. And I love how he goes to the elevator. Hold on. Let me get that shot.
He turns his ass around and goes right back home. Yeah. I'm like, but don't you have work?
Yeah, I love how he hold on, right here. He taps on the elevator like somebody's gonna open it up and be like, hey, get in on, come on in, buddy. Like, fucker, that's not how elevators work, okay? It's not a knock, come on in situation, So then we get to meet his lovely wife, who is an architect or an interior designer. I'm not quite sure. So he comes home and the neighbor has left their tricycle in his yard, which I'm like, I would have ran over that fucking thing. So he goes in and she's on the phone and he's like, get off the phone. I got to talk to you about something really important. And he's all like, hey, that uncle I had like a million fucking years ago? Oh, this is their son. He comes home from school, but he's like, he left me this yacht. Now I can't remember. Oh, and the kid spills his milk on the mom's work, which I was like, oh, I would have fucking killed him. I'd have fucking been like, you're fucking dead, kid.
This just shows you how dated this movie is too, because it's all on paper.
Right, yeah. And I want to say something. I'll say it right now, but I was going to say it later. Later on, she's like, who put food on the kitchen table? I'm like, that's where food fucking goes, you dumb idiot. It goes on the fucking kitchen table. What are you talking about? And this looks like an island in their kitchen, not the kitchen table. So I'm all like, I don't think you know how houses work, lady, and you're designing them. Get the fuck out of here. Women, am I right? Can't live with them, can't punch them in the throat, you know what I'm saying? With their ideas and their feelings and shit. Anyways, so okay, so he's explaining his life, and I loved this Photoshop bullshit right here because I was like, that's him, but just with a different.
That looks like something I would have made of Yeti.
right. So he's like, we used to sail and everything, but he left me this yacht, and I can't remember exactly where the yacht comes from, what like vintage it is, if you will. Go ahead.
But it's famous because it was from Clark Gable owned it or something like that. Him and his wife or something. And it was used in a film, I think, and it's now worth, if it's in mint condition, $250,000. Yeah,
which is a lot of money. And she's all like, that's great. We can pay off the second mortgage and all the credit card debt. And I'm all like, man, you guys do not know how to handle your finances correctly. If you're $250,000 in the bag, that's insane to me. That's so much money. I mean, minus a mortgage, but yeah.
Well, it's like a second mortgage is what she too, I think.
Which makes me go, what are you guys spending it on, huh?
Yeah, because he's driving a shit car. We saw it. So
yeah. So they're happy, but they've got to go down there and they got to get it. And they got to get it to Miami. And they've decided that, and the son is all like, oh, we got a boat and everything. And he's calling up his friends and he's bragging it up. He's like, hey, we got a boat. And so they've got to go down to
Can I mention?
Yeah, go mention everything.
In this movie is, I love him. My favorite character. next to Captain Ron. This kid is Bart Simpson.
Oh, is he?
Take away the maliciousness of Bart Simpson.
Oh, right on. Oh, I thought you meant he does the voice of Bart Simpson. I was
no,
he doesn't.
Like, what I'm saying is like just like that he gets into.
Right.
Look, there's even a skateboard back there. Just like the shenanigans that he gets up to, and the way he looks, he could be action Bart Simpson.
Right on. And so this is where she finds her work has been destroyed, and she's like, "All my red paint." And so they decide they are going to. It'd be great for the whole family to go down there. And the mom's all like, "No."
But
so then we
30 to 45 days.
Yeah,
and we'll find out in a minute that they get down there 8 days after the uncle has died. Who can just up and pull their kids for 30 to 45 days from school?
Right. What'd you say?
I said it's the 90s.
It's the 90s. True. It was a different time. Okay, so here we meet Caroline. That's her name, right? Caroline?
Yeah, and she's what, 16?
16, and she's like, "This is great. I'm just gonna go tell my parents already everything." So she goes in and she's like, "You guys, the best news ever. I'm engaged." And then her boyfriend, oh God, if I could get it, her boyfriend comes in. And he's like, "Yo," and I'm all like, "What?
Mom and dad.
Like what is happening right here? You guys look like you stepped off the set of Grease, and you're just like, I'm getting married." I'm like, you guys are dumb. Okay, so that sets the parents over the edge. They're like, we gotta get the fuck out of town because my daughter's an idiot.
Yeah, and that's when mom hops on board. She's like,
that was clearly the catalyst to get Caroline, or Caroline is the mom.
No, Caroline's the daughter. The mom's Catherine.
To get Catherine on board. She's like, "We ain't doing shit," and then she's like,
"Yeah,
it's time to GTFO."
For sure. Yeah, right on. So they go to what island this is. I don't remember, you guys, but if you want to fill me in, you let daddy know. Okay, so
it was translated into
potato.
Island
potato, right? Yeah, same potato. Yeah. So they're talking to him, and they give him all these little, trinkets from his uncle, and they're like, "We had to bury the body because we don't have freezers." And I'm all like, "Wow, what a shithole country! You guys don't have freezers." And they're like, "Look at this boat; it looks so great." And she's like, "When was this taken?" And so the boat, I have to be honest with you, I thought the boat, even in its shit form, which I'm trying to get here, I thought it was charming. It did look very Pirates of the Caribbean-ish, but I was all like, I still think it looks great. Like go ahead.
If you take away the palm, the dead palms on there, I feel like that was really the thing that makes it look great.
Yeah.
I think it's charming. Okay, so but they're like not having it.
Clearly, it can't be that bad because they're able to restore it to its glory in less than 30 days.
Right, so exactly. Yeah. Like I feel like the uncle took care of it, but not like crazy care of it, Okay, so they get in and they're checking stuff out, and the sister pushes the brother into the water and everything, and they're like, "Don't drink the water." I'm like, "Yeah, do not drink the water." So while they're doing this, Martin calls this guy. Now this guy is the guy that's gonna buy the boat from him. And he's all like, "What if it's in less, pristine condition?" And he's all like, "You just get it here and we'll check it out." And then he's like, Sandy, whatever the nurse or the secretary's name is,
his nurse,
exactly, his personal nurse. He's like, cancel the guy that we got to bring the boat up, and he's like, just hire somebody local. She's like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Yeah. We'll be fucking
Island,
on Potato Island, exactly." And so that's when we get our introduction to Captain Ron. Now he gets out of this.
This is the second time in this movie that someone gets out of the car and either forgets to put the emergency brake on.
I was just about to say, go ahead. Yeah, because sorry, I forgot to mention that.
I have never done that in my life. Let alone twice.
Yeah, I would also like to mention that the missing headlight matches his eye patch.
Yeah, that's great. I didn't even think about that. So Captain Ron pulls up in this little jalopy, and he like you said, Vetta, he forgets to do the parking brake, and the car goes straight into the water. He doesn't even notice. Nobody notices, which I'm all like, I would have noticed right away with your fucking Rastafarian hat, you fucking asshole.
And no one hears it go splish.
Yeah, nobody. Yeah,
Except
it's just like they
on
don't
the
even
dock
fucking
that watch the whole thing and say nothing.
nothing.
Well, maybe you don't park your car all the way at the end of a
Right. That's a great
problem
point
there
too. Right,
maybe
that's
something not going down a hill, maybe something that's going up a hill.
Exactly. So
Oh,
Captain
he totally thinks the daughter's his wife. Right?
Yeah, yep. So he's like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And then he gets introduced to the whole family. And he's like, "Hey, Captain Ron, I'm gonna help you guys out through these rough waters and stuff." And so they start to so he starts to teach them everything, and he teaches them about the engine and how you got to put oil in it, and all
every
this
day
stuff.
before you start it.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And so then he goes
really quick too. He's like, diesels eat a lot of oil, and he's like, and Martin Short's constantly, he's like, oh, everything does that after Captain Ron confirms it.
Yeah,
right. So and I did like how this compass kept falling off the thing. Like I'm all like, that's gonna be a thing later. And
What's
everything.
weird too is you see it here, it's normal, and then the next time we see it, it's wrapped in duct tape. I mean, I guess it's because that he picked it up off there, but
right.
I kept waiting for him to like show them put the tape on there. I don't know, it bugged me.
Right on. So as they started up, the smoke from starting it up after it's probably not been started for quite some time gets all over the daughter, and she freaks out. She's all like, "Oh!" And then we get a comment from her later on. She's all like, "Do you know how hard it is to maintain good skin care?" And I'm all like, yeah, I do. You fucking asshole." So then he's all like, "Yeah, I got to get something out from my car." And they're like, "What car? Did you see him drive up in a car?" I'm like, that's the thing. You guys should have noticed the car right off the bat, but you didn't. I love how my hair waves. Anyways, so then he's all like, he's like, oh, I really didn't need. This is where she's bitching about her healthcare or her skincare, and then he's all like, we don't need it. Let's just get the fuck out of here and everything because something's going on, right? So then we get Gino shows up. I don't know if that's his name. I'm going to call him that. So Gino is pissed. What he's pissed about is because I think Captain Ron stole his wife, and I'm all like, well, Captain Ron and his car. Well, Captain Ron is very sexy, so I get it. And he starts shooting at the boat, and I'm all like, what's going on? And I love how Captain Ron's like, just stare at the ocean. Don't stare at this psycho shooting at your boat, with a rifle, with a scope on
like,
it.
It must be
it's
some
a local disturbance.
dispute.
Yeah, because the three old men just like tackle him or whatever. And I'm like, you guys, this is narts already, and we're only like 20 minutes in.
Well, I like how the guy who shows up, he's like, oh, they're on.
Yeah, right.
You stole my wife and my car.
Yeah. And so then he's like, Martin, you drive the boat. I'm gonna get some shut eye. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm all like, I don't think Captain Ron is taking this seriously, not one fucking bit.
And can I just say in the beginning here, the mom is very anti-Captain Ron, and Martin is like sticking up for him, all this, and this is going to change real fast.
Real quick, which I just want to say, the mom, I feel like she would have totally been down to fuck Captain Ron if Martin was like off the boat for like a hot minute. Like, I'm all like, you leave her alone with Captain Ron, and they be fucking. Like, I'm just like, that's the sense I got the whole movie. Okay. So then he's like, how hard can driving a boat be? You just, go straight. And I'm all like, that's not how boats work. What's going on here right now? Like, I'm all like, what's happening? I'd have been like, Ron, you're not getting any shut eye until we get to, Port Viagra. And I don't want to hear about it.
Wait. Port Viagra?
Yeah, that's what I call it because I don't know how to speak Spanish. So
does Captain Ron need any more of that?
Right. He does not. He is good to go.
But I love this coming up here when they're getting close to the port, and the kids
yacht
are
club.
all like, Captain Ron's dead.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So it's happy hour at the yacht club, right? Now, as soon as this happened, I was like, this is exciting. So I did love this part when they're driving and she's all like, babe, what are you doing? And all these boats are honking, and I'm like, yeah, somebody get fucking Captain Ron. You guys are just like nonchalant, like, oh, just go wake him up and everything.
I like how they decide to wake him up like 100 feet away, as opposed to like maybe when they start to see the island and they're like, right, hey, let's get him up and ready. We made it here.
Right.
And the kid's
So
poking him with a stick like he's a dead body on the side of the road, you know?
exactly, because they're like, he's dead. He's dead. He's so dead. And so he wakes up, right? And he's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And I'm all like,
isn't he like, I didn't touch her?
you're right. Yeah.
I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything.
He's like, that's how I always wake up. And I was like, I think you have a problem, sir. But I get it. You
He's
know,
got what the kids nowadays call trauma.
right on. Yeah. Listen, if we want to touch Hooties is trauma, I have tons of trauma. Okay. So they're going into this port. And I love how this whole time they're like, hey, do you want to slow down? He's like, no, no, we're good. And then he's like, put those little there's the duct tape. And he's like, put those little bumpers out for the thing. And I love how all these people are watching. There's one part where I wanted to show you, but I don't think hold on, let me see if I can get it. Because I want to get him coming in to the thing. So he's sailing through this fucking like thing and everything. And everybody's like, get the fuck out of the way, everybody. Throw the bumpers on. And I love how the mom's all like, just like, you guys, we need to chill. And Captain Ron's like totally chill about this whole thing, right? And he's turning. Now I want to show this guy right here in the purple is just so nonchalant, like, hey, let's get up and everything. Like, no, he's not even turned around. He's just like, let's get up and everything. And then Captain Ron, he pulls it in there like a glove and he parks that sucker. And I was like, good on you, Captain Ron. Look at you and everything. Everybody doubted you. I didn't doubt you.
I feel like he Tokyo drifted the boat in, you know.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. Like a pro. You know what I'm saying?
Why is there a bale of wiring?
That's a great question, but I say, why ask why but dry? You know what I'm saying? And so Captain Ron gets off and everybody's like freaking out a little bit, but he's like, hey, it's all good. We made it and everything.
He orders a margarita right away.
That's the thing. Yeah, he gets off the boat and he's like, hey everybody. Oh gosh, I missed it. And he's like, let's party. And everybody just starts partying like right after that. And I'm all like, look at you, Captain Ron. You are just a party animal and everybody loves you. You're so charismatic. Which, by the way, I would have totally been friends with Captain Ron. I'm like, Ron, what are we doing today? This looks like fun. Then we get Claire, right? And
Caroline.
That's what I said. I just said it in French. That's why you didn't understand it. Okay, so Caroline is talking to some like Italian dudes or whatever.
I think they're locals.
Yeah, they're locals. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All I know is I just want to say Caroline's a big whore, in my opinion. Like, she's just looking for dick left and right. Every port, she's all like, what dick can I suck? What dick can I suck? And I'm just like, Caroline.
She realizes through this trip that she could be getting a lot of dick and she shouldn't be engaged and settling for one dick.
Even to like these guys too. She's like, I'm engaged, but it's not really serious or formal.
Yeah. And everything. And so she's like, tonight at 10, great, I'll be there and everything. So she runs off and everything because she's obviously been left on her own. And the mom and dad are talking and they're just like, hey, you know, because he's all like, do you think we should fire Captain Ron? And the wife's all like, no, he's great. I really like him. And he's all like, yeah, because you want to get, you know, dicked down by Captain Ron. I'm not interested in that shit. And she's like, no, he's fine and everything. So then she's picking up some brochures and stuff. And she's all like, look, I found all this stuff. And they're like, who are those guys and everything? And she's all like, oh, nothing. Just some locals and everything. And I'm all like,
sure, it's like, wow, they're so friendly around here.
So yeah, right. Yeah.
And the mom's like, I see you.
Yeah, she's like mother, like daughter. And so then back on the boat, they're chit-chatting with Captain Ron, and they pull out the map. And Martin goes over his little, you know, thing that he wants to do. He wants to check out some temple and some, you know, mosque or some bullshit.
The whole trip.
The whole
sponge farming.
Yeah, exactly. Which I have to just say, I did, as someone that likes planning and likes, you know, things in order, I did appreciate Martin's dedication to the trip and everything. And I was like, you know what, Martin, I'm on your side right here. But then Captain Ron, he lights it on fire by accident. And then I love how he used the Avion to, like, you know, sprinkle it out. I was like, that's like expensive water. You can't just like, it was sparkling water. You can't just douse that shit. What are you, rich and shit, Captain Ron? I don't think so.
As Martin is like showing him his plans, he's like, we're going to stop at San Juan. And he's like, San Juan is, as Kitty's leaning over. He's totally trying to look at her.
Right. So then she's hitting here in her little burqa, which I was like, yeah, they should know better. But The mom and dad don't go downstairs, right? And he's all like, hey, while we're here, why don't we get a little frisky? And he unzips her dress. And I was like, look at you, Martin Short, you little floozy. And so then he goes, and so while they're getting frisky, the daughter, she takes off her poncho and she's all like, hey, it's party time.
That's such like a cliche thing too, where she's like, I'm in this big giant raincoat.
Yeah. And I'm gonna wait till my parents go to bed and sneak out.
Yeah.
Right. And then Captain Ron's like, sure, whatever. And he's like, we're gonna play.
He bribes the brother, and then Captain Ron's like, come on, keep it coming.
Yeah, keep it going. So they are playing poker, but they're playing like for real money and everything.
Monopoly.
Sorry. I mean, because he wanted to play poker. But then he's all like, I like how he tried to move his beer, and he's like, I wasn't gonna drink it. He's like, well, if you want a beer, you got to get your own. And I was all like, Captain Ron, this is not right. I'm like, you cannot give a 10-year-old a beer.
And the kid's reaction is hilarious because he's like, I was just moving your beer. And he's like, I wasn't gonna drink it. And he's like, you want your own beer? You damn go get your own beer.
Yeah, go get your own beer, you lazy fucker.
Just
don't
like,
drink mine. Plus,
that's
just
gross. Like, what?
Yeah, plus you can't be drinking other people's alcoholic beverages. That's gross. I just want to say, while watching this movie, I was watching it with my son. He's 7, and while we were watching this scene, I was like, do you want a beer? And he like looked at me, he's like, yes. And I was like, I'm not giving you a beer. I'm a better parent than Ron. I was like, what are you talking about? So then they are.
I told the kid, I was like, if my kid will not drink alcohol, and if I'm like, I'll give you $100 to take us to beer, he'll be like, no, I won't do it.
Right on.
I'm not supposed to. Like, I can't. Will not do it.
right on. Oh goodness. Okay, so then they're doing this. So while they're doing this, the mom and the dad, they are getting frisky in the shower, which I just want to say, I get they're on a boat, but damn, is this shower so small? Like, I'm all like, how you gonna get in on this? So then they find a mop in the shower, right? Okay, they find a mop in the shower. I'll blur that out. And so they move the mop out. Jesus Christ! So they move the mop out of the bathroom, and he sets it up on the wall, right? But then as he gets back in, crap, I missed it. God damn it.
Really quick. That's why I'm like, this is a Disney movie, right? And as I'm watching this,
yep.
I've got a big 82-inch TV. I'm like, those are her nipples.
Right on.
Like, there's nudity in this. I'm like, I watch this as a kid all the time.
Right on. I feel like because it was like bird's eye view, they're all like, oh, we can get away with this. It's like
I'm like, gonna know.
I said, I'm like, this is a Disney movie. What's going on?
Right. Okay, so he sets it up on the wall, which I feel like he didn't set it in the right spot, but I get where he said it was kind of needed for the whole scene.
I don't think he gave a crap where he said it. He wanted
That's
to get
a great
back
point.
to the shower.
That's a great point too, Vetta. Like when you're stuck in the pussy fog, you're like, I can't see nothing. I just want to get some poontang. Mm-hmm. So then they drop this washcloth in the drain, and these two are still playing Monopoly, and they can't get the thing out of the drain.
Water to turn off, or the thing out of the drain, and apparently the door is like a super sealed door because none of the water is leaking out of the door.
You're right. That's such a great point too, because I was like, okay. So then they drop the washcloth in the drain. They drop the handle for the shower, that valve. Thank you, into the drain, and the door is shut. And Captain Ron's like, they're pumping, they're doing something like the water pump or whatever. And he's like, it's running out of fresh water. So they're about to drown and everything. And he goes down there and he's all like, hey, you guys, you can't take long showers because it takes all the fresh water. And he's like, okay. And he's like, hey, there's a broom blocking this door. And they're like, oh, okay. And everything. I love the thing that the mom said. She was like, please don't let me find my children, but my children find me drowned in the shower and everything. I was like,
drowned in the shower.
I was like, how about your children don't find you dead at all? Ain't that the goal, honey? Like, what's going on here? So he removes it. And of course they fall out. And Martin's sitting there naked. And I would have been like, Ron, thank you for saving our lives. Because no joke, I thought we were Final Destination that shit. And you totally saved the day. Like, I was super happy about it. Would any of you have been embarrassed at this point in time or no?
No.
Don't talk at once. It's not that big a deal.
I was gonna say, well, I'm too big and tall to have even gone like, hey, let's try it in here. So that happened to me.
Oh, it would have worked great for me then because I'm short as shit. That is shorter than me. So
Yeah.
she would have.
I'm
although your
six,
husband's a giant. He's like 6'10".
My husband is very,
something.
very huge.
Yeah, he's tall. So I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't have worked. It would have worked great for me and my wife. We're like hobbits, so it would have been fine. Okay, so that whole situation gets rectified, no pun intended. And so then these two are just chilling. And I love how the son is all like, I only have $1.25 left. You took all my money. He's like, well, you're gonna have to figure it out. And that beer was $2.10 or something like that. And I'm all like, you're gonna charge him for the beer? What a dickhole.
Sometimes shit happens.
Sometimes shit happens, exactly.
You gotta deal with it.
That's so true. So then they're out on the open sea and they're sailing. Now they're sailing to Port of Viagra or whatever. I don't remember where they're sailing to. And
aren't they sailing to Ted at this point?
Yeah, to Ted. There we go. The island of Ted. Thank you. Listen, you know how I am with names. Back off. Okay. So while they're doing this, Captain Ron is training them on what happens on a ship, like, you know, the stern and the bow, and then the whatever.
He's teaching them how to sail.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't get fucking smart with that. And so, you know, Ron's wearing this shirt. I love how people wear shirts like this. It's like this isn't a shirt. You're just wearing a rag at this point. It's like, hello, Dottie.
I love how he has sunscreen on his lips.
Yeah, that's really great. So great. Maybe he didn't have chapstick with him. I don't know. Anyways, so I just love the Wookiee braid he has in his hair. Like he's just like what is that? What's going on there, buddy? So this time Martin is starting to get to the point where he does not like Captain Ron like hardcore. And because his family is really starting to like him, but they set up this sander. Thank you. And so while they're doing that now, right here, I just want to say, Martin gets hit with this sander, right? And okay, so he plugs it in, right? And the sander goes across the thing. Watch how he gets hit. And he did not get hit with that sander. That he just jumped off the boat. I'm sorry, nobody gets hit.
That was the scene that was shown in like every preview and every trailer for this film too. Like when I think of Captain Ron, I always think of him flailing off the boat.
Right on. Ron's like, "Hey, where'd you go?" He's like, "Hey, I'm in the fucking ocean," and I'm all like, "Ah, shark." So then they're sitting here.
Wouldn't it have been great in that scene if there would have been a shark in the water? Because remember, that's how he lost his eye.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Attack. I was like, oh, how great would it be if there was a shark in the water?
Yeah. Like they're all like, Ron, save him. He's like, fuck that noise. So they're feeding oil to the engine. And they're headed to Casa de Ted. And Ron's like, I don't know. Ron is like flirting, but at the same time, I'm all like, I feel like Ron would smash Katie if he had the chance. Like Katie was all like,
I think Ron would smash Claire.
For sure. Yeah, Ron would smash.
Yeah, because he's all the time calling her babe.
Yeah, babe. So there's this part with the video camera. And Captain Ron is recording him, and he's just focusing in on that sweet juicy butt. And he's like, hey, Ron, did you read the whole article for this camera? Which I just want to say, we owned a camera like that. It was a huge honker thing that you put on your shoulder. It's
electronics film brought to you by Sony.
Right on. Yeah.
All Sony in this movie.
Right on. All right, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm
okay. Every time I live stream, I swear to God, I get like allergies in my nose. It's just
I've been sick for the past couple of days, and I'm starting to get over it, but my nose is still stuffed. Okay, so then they drop everything, and he ruins the camera, which I'm all like, oh, what a dickhead! That probably cost like $1 million back then. And so they get to what they think is Ted. And and I loved it when they're walking through and they're like, there's not even a dock and everything. And there's this little like hut restaurant made out of half an airplane. And they're ordering like chili fries and hot dogs or whatever. And I love how like these two are like arguing or whatever. But I love how Ron's all like, "How much is your hat?" And she's like, $10. I was like, "That hat is disgusting. You should not buy that hat. Like you should put that on a dead guy and bury it. That's how gross that hat is." But so they're ordering up, and she's like, "Hey, listen." She's like, "Everything's fine." Like he made a little.
I like those two Asian people running a burger joint
right
on the island of Cat.
On a desolate island that doesn't have what looks like doesn't have any other people, but they've just taken a crashed airplane.
Don't ask what the hamburger is made of.
Right.
Yeah. It's made out of gorilla. Okay,
right.
so she's all like, whatever. And he's like, I'm gonna go back to the boat. And he's like, "Hey, stay on the path because there's gorillas." And he's like, "There aren't gorillas. They're native to whatever he says and everything." And he's like, "So it's impossible for there to be gorillas here." And he's all like, so then he hears some kind of music and he tries to dance with the daughter, and then the mom comes up and they start dancing, whatever. And the dad's all like, "Fuck this noise. I'm getting off the path." And I'm all like, he said shortcut. Yeah, taking a shortcut. Listen, Martin Short, like you need to calm down because you're retarded. Okay, so they're dancing up a storm, and he's just going along, his happy-go-lucky ways, and he does run into some gorillas or gorillas. How did he put it? He's like gorillas, not gorillas or whatever he says. I don't remember. Anyways, and they're all like, "Hey, you're a prisoner." And so they're all like, they let him go. And he's like, "Listen, Captain Ron saved you. You need to calm down." And he's like, so then they're cleaning guns, which
with a WD-40.
Yeah, right. which
I saw that and I cringed so hard.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not a gun person, but I'm pretty sure that's not the way it's done.
Yeah, that is not how it's done.
And a 10-year-old shouldn't be the one you're handing the gun to clean.
Exactly.
If you're desperate, I guess you could use that, but yes, do not use WD-40.
Yeah. And I love how the daughter is counting the money to Monopoly. And I'm like, what's happening here right now? Why are you guys so obsessed with Monopoly? It's not that fun. And he's like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Well, we traded them because we need them for the pirates." He's like, "What pirates?" He's like, "The Pirates of the Caribbean." And he's like, "Oh, went to Disneyland way too many times." And he's like, "I don't think I've ever been to Disneyland." I'm all like, "Yeah, listen."
I've been to Dollywood.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Love Dollywood. Okay. I just want to be all like, "Listen, Martin, just because you don't, haven't you ever seen Captain Dan or whatever? Where he's like, 'I am the captain now.'" I'm like, "Have you ever seen that movie, you fucking asshole? There's pirates."
The other irony, though, is, Kurt Russell got his start in Disney films. In fact, I think it's not the last thing he said. It's the last thing he wrote before he died. He was the name Kurt Russell for whatever reason. They don't know why.
Oh, okay.
Like the notepad next to his bed before he died, it just said Kurt Russell on it.
Wait, who was this?
Walt Disney.
Oh, okay.
Before he died, the last thing he wrote down was the name Kurt Russell, and he did, a bunch of Disney films.
Kurt Russell killed Walt Disney. I'm convinced now. That's what I'm convinced of. Okay, so then he's like, he grabs up the guns, right? Because he's pissed, and he throws them overboard. So he's all like, he brought in arms for our children to clean and shit and everything. And he's like, "Listen, we're not having guns around my 10-year-old. And he's like, "All right, fine. We'll give them back to the gorillas or whatever." And he's like,
and the trade will be off.
Yeah, he's like, "We traded them. They're going to Puerto Viagra, and we're going there too. So we're going to give them a ride, and they gave us the guns to fight up the pirates of the Caribbean." He's like, "You give me back the guns, I'll give it to the gorillas or the freedom fighters or whatever we call them, and then we don't have to give them a ride." And he's all like, "Ah, crap, I threw them overboard." So then they have to give the gorillas a ride back over to Puerto Viagra. So then we get this scene right here where they turn off the engine, which I thought this scene was great. I loved this scene so much because they turn off the engine.
This is such a 90s movie situation where the family's coming together. This is working out great.
Well, that's why it was San Juan is where they took the gorillas to.
Oh, right on. Yeah, San Juan. So I thought this was a charming scene from this movie. I'm still going to call it Puerto Viagra. I don't care what you say. And so they lift up the sails with all those gorillas in the background. I love how they're just all holding machine guns and shit. And they just start sailing away. and they're all like happy-go-lucky or whatever. And he's like, this is fun. This is fun. So they don't get to Puerto Viagra because Captain Ron messed up again and everything.
Yeah.
And
he's not good with directions.
He's like, hey man, no. First we get this chick who's just sitting in the water, and
That's
this is
Sanchez from Rush Hour 2.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's just her first movie, playing a topless lady in the water.
Right, yeah. Who doesn't even turn around. I was like, turn around, bitch. But she didn't turn around.
Again, it's a Disney movie. Apparently, they only allow bird's eye view nipples.
That's why I would have taken tasteful side boob or
only they had drones back in 1992 when they filmed.
That would have been. And I did like how Martin Short was all like, he's like, hey, Clarice or whatever her name was, and he's like, she's not waving at you, and she's like, she's not, and I'm like, Martin, she's not waving at you, dude. Like, I'm sorry, you are not an attractive man. I don't care who you are. I wouldn't fuck you. And he's like, are you waving at who you waving at? And she's like, you come here. He's like, see, I told you. He's like, listen, hey, I fucked up. That island that we wanted to go is 20 miles back that way and everything. And I'm just all like,
we'll go tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll go tomorrow. And I just wanted to be all like, if I was Martin, I'd be like, Captain Ron, that's a really big fucking mistake. Like a really huge 20 miles. Like what? Like on the ocean. So yeah, so he was quite upset. And he's all like, and I love how Captain Ron's like, hey, every time I come here, she just wants, the rondong. Yeah, she wants the rondong. So I'm gonna go give her some of my loins.
And he wears a Speedo this whole movie. Like Ron is just always in a Speedo, and I'm like, okay.
FYI, most of his outfit is actual Kurt Russell's own clothes,
which is nice. I like that. So
he just came to work and they're like, that works.
Yeah, he's like, thanks, Kurt.
So clearly Goldie Hawn wants him in a Speedo.
Right on. She's pretty great. Okay, so Martin gets pissed about this. He's like, oh, you're gonna steal my fuck toy? Oh, Ron, I've had enough of this bullshit. And he goes and grabs the flare gun, which I'm like, oh, look at you, manly man. You had 3 guns before your ass had to throw them off board. And he tries to shoot.
You don't want to get hit by white phosphorus, though. That's
So he shoots it, but he shoots it. He accidentally, he's not going to shoot him, but he points it towards the deck, and then his son scares him, and he shoots it into the boat. And the flare's going off and everything, and he goes and grabs it, and he throws that out the window. But while he's doing that, he runs into one of the beams in the boat, and he goes blind for like a hot second.
Well, he goes blind because of the white phosphorus. He stares right at it.
Now that's what I meant. And I like how they're like, the doctor said I'd be fine in a couple of days. I'm like, the doctor? This island has a doctor? I'm like, okay, whatever. Okay,
it doesn't have a doc, but it's got a doctor.
Got a doctor. So then she's talking to this guy, and like, I'm convinced she boned this gorilla warrior, whatever.
Yeah, because she's like, I love culture.
yeah. And what did she say? Something like, I don't remember what she says here, but I'm all like,
she meant cockture.
Yeah, I'm like, cockture. Yeah, I'm like convinced, like, exactly what is wrong with Claire. Like, I'm pretty sure she's a little retarded. So she's getting taken to Pound Town while they're playing Monopoly again. I'm like, you guys don't have Yahtzee or anything?
Just schooling everybody. He is taking everybody's money. The general loses like $60 to him.
He's like, tells the general shit happens. But the girl like trying to like go after every single guy, I feel like that was like a big nice trope. Like that happened a lot.
Yeah, for sure. So then he's all like, yeah, give me your fucking money, General. So then these two are chit-chatting. And I like how he's like, Mom, we need drinks. He's like, can you get us the drinks? I'm like, get your own fucking drinks, little kid.
That's what the mom says.
Yeah. So then she finds this thing. And it says Clark Gable, or it says CG plus, CT or whatever. And it's like Clark Gable plus, Cynthia Erivo. I don't fucking
Carol Lombard. That was his wife at the time.
Yeah. So, and she's like, how great was that? They were
But she's
underneath.
having to use his hand, like, because he's blind, so he can feel it.
Yeah, exactly. Because, the phosphorus or whatever. And so, and then like, so those two, she's like, how great was that? They're sitting underneath these like, ornate carvings and everything, fucking. And she's like, let's go to Pound Town. And I like how the daughter's like, who's pounding on the boat or whatever she says. I don't remember. So then Martin, he's all like, I got laid, so now I'm happy and everything. I'm like, I get it, Martin. And then I love how he's all like, sweetie, we have pirates on board. Can you not show them all your clothing?
She has got some skimpy underwear too, by
For
the way.
sure.
Yeah.
I thought that was the daughter's, and then it's hers. It's all sheer.
Yeah.
It's Frederick's Hollywood crap hanging up there.
Yeah. Oh, the daughter gets it from the mom. I'll tell you that right now.
And can I just say this too? This is where we start to see that the outside of the boat starts looking better and better. And can I just say, I don't think that's how a boat works. I think it has to be taken out of the water to be painted.
Dry dock.
Yeah.
if this was done in the 80s, there would have been a music montage as they fix
yeah,
it up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So then they are stuck in a storm. Okay. A squall. Thank you.
Come on fast, and they go just as fast.
Vetta's getting all nautical on us.
Yeah.
It's the alcohol.
It's the out. Yeah. Once you get the drinks in there, we start remembering everything. So then they start. Who knew gorillas? Hated storms. Although I have to be honest with you, I don't like boats either. So I'd have been like, this is some fucking bullshit. So. They're all pissed, and they all come out on the deck, which I'm like, what's that all about?
Ron tells them they don't want to be underneath when it crashes or falls apart.
Yeah. Well, okay, fine. It's cool. Whatever. Yeah. I would have stayed inside. I've been like, fuck this noise. I know how to swim. I can hold my breath for a hot minute. So then they're all up on board, and he's all like, we just have to stay north. Okay. As long as we got this compass, that's what, Columbus sailed the 7 seas with. We're going to be just fine. And then they knock the compass into the water, which I'm all like, oh, great. So then Martin, he's like, you're an idiot. You got us into this mess. I fucking hate you. And he starts trying to choke out Captain Ron. And so as they do that, the daughter, she's like, look, I see lights. It's Port of Viagra.
Ahoy, my matey. It's land.
Yeah. And then Martin's just all like, shit. I was like, Captain Ron pulled us out of it again. I was like, I fucking hate this guy.
I think that's the part that pisses Martin off the most, is that everything just works out for Captain Ron.
Which I just have to be honest, besides the fact that I think that Captain Ron would smash his wife, and his wife totally wants to smash Captain Ron. I think Captain Ron is such a good guy this entire fucking movie. Like, I'm all like, I don't get your fucking problem. Like, he hasn't smashed your wife, which is a plus. But I'm like, what's your fucking problem, Martin? You are very, like, uptight, dude.
Well, he clearly had some idea what he thought this trip was going to be. Yeah. And it's not going the way he wants. Not only is it not going the way he wants, but earlier, I want to say, right, there's a scene where it's like he looks over. There's his entire family surrounded by Captain Ron as he's piloting the boat. Yep. And he's just there working like a chud.
That's when he's like explaining what the different things mean, and he's like teaching them, and the family's all engaged. And I think Martin thought that he was going to be that person. They were going to be all engaged with him as the dad.
Martin doesn't know anything, and he has to know that. He has to be self-aware that he doesn't know fuck all about boats.
But he steered a boat as a child, though. You don't understand. Okay. Experience.
That's great. I rode some horses when I was a child. I don't know fuck all about horses. Okay.
He's like Dwight Schrute.
So, and I love this.
The pilot had me fly the plane, but then my mom came and got me and said we had to sit back down. But I would have landed it.
That's funny. Because it's true. And I love this look that Captain Ron gives, like, hey, yeah, fucker, who's the man now? Like, yeah. You like that dick? Martin?
I bet kitty.
Yeah. Your wife was. I was nuts deep in your wife earlier. Okay. Anyway, so they're partying in Port of Viagra, right?
Yep, because they're at Carnival.
Yeah, they're at Carnival. And she's all like, hey, listen, this has been going on really, really great. Everything's working out great. All this stuff is yada, yada, yada. And I like how the son had like a little patch on his eyeglass, and they're like, you don't need to wear your glasses. I'm like, motherfuckers, that's not how glasses work. You don't just take them off. Like,
didn't he break his glasses though? Like he lost
they
one
broke
of
on the deck of the ship, and the mom said, we'll fix them later. And this was the fix. It looks like they just used some black electrical tape and covered it up that way. But yeah, because the lens came out.
Yeah, but plus he looks fine. I would have just been like, keep your glass on. It's fine. But...
Captain Ron is like Prince Eric from Little Mermaid here.
Yeah, he does. So then the daughter, I love how the daughter, she sees some like, like guy, spitting fire, and she's like,
he's so got cool. A wiener.
Yeah.
And got one of those novelty giant lollipops that nobody ever eats.
Nobody ever eats. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. And she's like, that's so cool. And I'm like, oh, you're lame. And then she meets this this black artist with a tarantula on his head. She's like, hi, you're cute. And so they're like, hey guys. Yeah, she's like, follow me. Yeah, exactly. I feel like this guy right here in this shirt should have been like, oh, you're cute.
Claire wants to be colonized left to right.
So while they're doing this, Captain Ron, who has a glass eye, he loses his eye. So he's like, little kid, help me find my eye. And he's like, nobody move.
Because he took off his glasses.
Exactly.
And
he can't help it. Yeah. So they're like, where are our kids at right now? Like, what the fuck is happening?
And they blame Captain Ron. And I go, how is this his fault? I feel like you were parents and you were just too distracted. You lost your children.
Your boat captain, not your babysitter.
Right. Exactly. He's not here.
I am the babysitter now. So they get arrested. What did they get arrested for? I forget.
Because they told the police that they brought gorillas onto the island.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But it is the consulate or somebody from the U.S. Department comes and they. Good news, they're not charging you with subversion.
Yeah, you were being expelled immediately from the island.
Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Port Viagra is not for you, bitches. So
like, if you don't have your kids.
Yeah. Fuck your kids.
Yeah,
that came out wrong.
Find my kids, and he's like, no.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. So then there's a party going on, and they get dropped off, which is fun. And the daughter's all like, she's dancing with Spiderhead, and she's like, listen, I met Spider. He's an artist. I'm like, aren't they all? Honey. She's like, plus I got a tattoo. And they're like, a tattoo? She's like, it's just a little rosebud or whatever the fuck she says it is. And they're like, let me see. And she's like, it's in a private spot. And I was like, she got a tattoo on her pussy. Like, she got a tattoo on her pussy. I was like, what's happening right now? And she's like, I can't. It's in a very personal spot. And I was like, God damn. I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I would have taken a look. But
his name is Mamba. But they're like, where did you get it? And she's like, at Mamba's shop. And they're like, where?
Yeah.
I'm
like, that's such an answer I would have at the tattoo parlor.
Yeah, which I love how he's named after Candy. Yeah, right. So then the son comes up and he's got a tattoo of an eagle on his chest, and they're like, get the fuck over here.
And he's like, sees the parents, and he immediately is like, shit.
Yeah,
he's like DTFO mode.
Yeah. He's like, fuck this noise. So he runs onto the boat and locks himself into a room. And then while the dad comes down the stairs, he trips on some bottles and he falls over. And this chick is all like, see, I told you not to leave the bottles here. People would trip. And Captain Ron's all like, hey. And then I can't remember what he calls Captain Ron.
He calls him a cretin, and he's like, she's no cretin. She's Puerto Rican.
Yeah, she's Puerto Rican. Yeah.
Because now they're playing strip Monopoly.
They're all
they ran out of money.
Yeah, and he's like, she's tearing us apart, and I'm all like, that doesn't make it okay, Ron. I just want to say that right now. You're not
a small child. He shouldn't be playing strip anything.
Yeah, you're digging your hole deeper. Okay, so then they get off the boat, and the wife is she's like, sorry.
They fire Ron.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, but you gotta go. And so, which poor Captain Ron, I feel bad for him because in all honesty, he didn't do really anything wrong, sort of. Anyways, so
like better care of the kids than the parents.
That's so true. I have to say, I was going to say, Yeah, I was gonna say this at the end. I think that the parents are really bad parents. I think they're just the worst and everything. So
remember too, because they're like, you let our children get tattooed. And he was like, well, that's primo work at what Mamba did.
yeah, right.
Like, mine's fake.
Yeah, the son's was fake and everything.
Yeah, that's right.
So they get on the high seas by themselves, right? And I don't remember what they chit chat about here, but the wife is she's looking off the bow. I don't know if that's the back, the stern, whatever. Anyways, whatever the back of the boat is, and she's like, "Hey, what's that going on over there?"
They're like, pirates coming this way.
There's pirates. He's like, "What?" And so these pirates are coming up. And they leave them out in the middle of the ocean because Ron told them, if you ain't got guns, they'll just steal your boat. And they stole their boat.
Well,
and they're on the
Angeline lady was with the guy who was behind the big gun there.
Rico.
Roscoe.
Yes.
Roscoe, yeah. Fresco.
And they didn't pay her $500 that she won playing strip Monopoly.
And when they were after they got arrested and they got released, when they were coming back, like they walk into him, he like, I fucked two of them.
Right. Yeah. So good. Oh, you guys remember way more than I do, but I've also been drinking. Okay.
I've been drinking too. That's when I remember more.
That is true. I remember less. Okay.
I had 4 shots already, so.
Yeah, I barely remember your name. Anyways, so and R2, I want to be honest, I don't know your real name. Okay, so as far as I know,
it's in my nickname.
Oh, Icky. Hey, Icky.
Exactly.
So they're on this raft. Now, I want to be honest with you. This was I think the second time I seen this movie. I didn't remember what happened. I totally thought they were going to Tom Hanks this shit and they were going to have a beach ball and everything, all that shit. But they're sitting on this boat with no water and they're just drifting for days. And finally they come across, they run into this boat and they're like, oh, land and everything. And they are way too fucking loud. Like, I'm all like, it's nighttime. You guys don't know where you landed. And you're just being loud as shit. And I like how the mom's like, I don't care where we are. It's just dry land. I was like, you should care where you are. Because he thinks they landed in Cuba because at the bottom, which they did land in Cuba. I don't know. Anyways. So then he's like, so they see
boy
that
notices the boat in the distance.
Yeah, because the pirates, excuse me, they take off all their crap from the boat. Now they did take
this boat down.
Yeah, they took her boombox. I was like, that boombox is cherry. You need to leave that alone.
Right?
That boombox,
the stove there.
Yeah, that's no. They're like, which I'm like, you guys, why don't you just guys sell the boat?
Which we never see them eat this entire time. So
that's a great point.
The stove, anyways.
They had pots and shit too, which the daughter throws at the pirates later. Anyways, okay, so I love how they're taking all this stuff, and I love how the daughter comes out. She's like, "Hey, motherfuckers!" And I'm like, "Bitch, you need to shut the fuck up." This is the problem with women. Sometimes they just don't know when to shut the fuck up. And so they're like, shush, 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 they're gonna get us killed. And I'm like, let them kill her. And she's like, what are we gonna do? They got our boat. We need to get our boat back. And while they're trying to get like this hoorah going, Captain Ron shows up to the rescue in that convertible or whatever, and he knocks this pirate truck into the water. But then the pirates, they're all like, hey, Vato, we're coming to get your ass and everything. And so
this is Port of Viagra. We don't take that shit around.
Yeah, exactly. We are the captain now, motherfucker, and everything. So they get into this, convertible
high-speed chase with pirates.
Which I just want to know at this point in time in the movie, we're like an hour and 20 minutes in, and I just go, this movie is fucking ridiculous, but I am in. I am all in. This is great.
Mind you, Captain Ron knocks out the left headlight on this car.
Yeah, that's a great. I didn't notice that either. You notice this stuff.
Well, his depth perception is a little off, and that side of the car. So.
That's a great point too. A great points all the way around. Anyways, so. And I love this. I love how this old man is like watching the whole thing. He's like, and then he's explaining to his friend. He's like, I don't know what happened. This guy fucking backed up. Then they went forward. I don't know what's happening. So this whole high speed car race is going on, and they drop off what's his face, Martin, and they're all like, hey, you start the boat, and we'll fucking distract him for a little bit. So Martin goes in, he starts the boat and everything, and then they
But
hide
he
in this.
forgets to add the oil.
He forgets to add the oil. Very good, Vetta. And he hides in this little cubby hole. And they're like, all right, let's get back to the boat. So they get back to the boat. And this whole time, by the way, Martin is all he's all like feeling like he's like you said before, he thought, his family would rally around him.
Yeah, and he loses his shit and says all of that to
Yeah.
Ron.
Yeah. So Ron falls, right? And he's like, I fucking broke my leg. And I'm like, and he's like,
so bad.
It hurts so bad. And everything. So then while he's doing that, Martin, he's like, his family's all like, help us and everything. And he's all like, okay. So then Martin, he comes out, and I love, okay. So right here is when she throws the pot over at them right here. She throws the pot. I'm like, sweetie, there it is. There's the pot and everything, which I'm like, good for you.
The pot. When did she get the pots? Or were they there because the pirates were taking them?
That's what I was going to, yeah, that's what I think.
Sense. Okay.
So then Martin, he gets on the hoisty thingy, and he knocks all these pirates into the water, right? And they're all like, oh, Dad, that was a fucking genius move. You're so brave and everything. And they're like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking great. I'm a great dad. I'm pretty fucking cool. And then he's all like, my leg's still broke. He's like, the bone's about to pierce the skin. I was like, your leg looks fine to me. I'm no doctor.
You know how excruciating pain you would be in, by the way.
Yeah,
and the mom's all like, I took a first aid class. I need to make a splint. I'm like, shouldn't you check the leg first? Because it looks fine to me.
Yeah, I'm surprised he wasn't like, you need to give me mouth to mouth.
Yeah. So then they are sailing, and they figure out that they had just enough gas or whatever. Oh, no. This is where they didn't have the oil. So then the bearings broke or whatever. What was that?
They wear out.
Yeah.
So I'm like, shit, we're screwed and everything. So then while all this is going on, they're trying to get the boat up and running. And then the pirates, they come back, right? The pirates are all like, yeah, you guys want to fucking mess with me, Vato, and everything.
And Ron's on the radio trying to get anyone to help.
Anyway, he's like, come on. Yeah, he's like, help us out, fuckers. And they're shooting, and they're like, there are children on this boat and everything. And I'm like,
I love when Ron says into the thing, these are taxpayers on this boat.
All I got is Roscoe's gun should have shredded that boat, because that's
it should have.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. I just want to say that the taxpayer thing, that's a great point. I just want to say that right now. So then the Coast Guard, they blast a little warning shot at the boat, at the pirates, and they come in and they say,
run away.
And I'm surprised the daughter wasn't all like, hey, come on board, I'll fuck all of you. So
look at all that dick.
Yeah, look at all that dick. It's the USS Dick. Okay, so Martin sees that Captain Ron's just fine and dandy. His leg is cured. He's cured. Everyth's good. And so
Carol was like, there's a lot of semen over there.
Yeah. Gak 3000. And then so the Coast Guard, they're all like, we need to speak to the captain. And then Martin's all like, yeah, I am the captain now, motherfuckers. He's like, hey, Captain Martin here. So then they get to Miami, and they're all like, and he says something like, Captain Ron couldn't stay that long because of, I don't remember what he says, but he's like, I don't know what that
statute of limit. He hadn't been to America in 7 years. Something to do with statute of limitation.
Yeah, thank you, Vetta. And so he's like, he gave the kiddo something. He talked to the daughter.
He first mate.
Yep. He French kissed my wife, which I'm all like, that's a big no. But I was like, okay, whatever. And then he's like, and just like that, he was gone out of our lives. So then they're driving the boat into the dock to sell it to this asshole whose pants are pulled way too far up. And he's like, listen, just when the boat gets in here, we're just going to strip it for parts and everything. It's fine. And so they're sailing, and they're all like, they're all like, you know what? Let's just take this thing on the fucking, road or whatever. And so they turn the boat around, and they drive it to the, they drive it into the sea, whatever. And they're having a good time. And then these two, this young couple here, they're like, oh, they look like a happy family or whatever.
Well, maybe like that dream, the sailboat.
Yeah. And so, hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. And so,
well, while you're sneezing, I want to bring up. So it's weird because Paul Anka, who's the boat dealer, he's like, "This boat's a piece of crap. We're just gonna strip it and send it to salvage." If it's such a piece of crap, why is he so upset that they've changed their mind?
That's a great point.
Like, if there's no value to it, like, wouldn't you be like, all right, well, that's their problem, not mine.
See, and I took it as he saw the boat and saw it wasn't as crappy as he thought it was.
Right.
And now he's mad because he thought he could make some money on it. But
well,
as
those
Matt
are very
said before,
points.
I look a little too deep sometimes.
Yeah. Into Clarine's vagina. Anyways, so they sail it off into the high seas, and he's like, "Oh, that's the dream life or whatever." He's like, "Maybe we'll get there one day." And then Captain Ron just pops up out of fucking nowhere like a Houdini trick.
Need a captain for this kind of boat?
That's what I thought too.
Boats.
Yeah, he shows up looking like Miami Vice, and I'm like, "Where did you come from, Captain Ron? Like, what's happening right now?"
Right, because they say that they just bought it, so I'm assuming that he doesn't know how to drive a boat. He bought a boat because he wants a boat, doesn't know how to drive it. They hired a captain to show them what to do.
But this isn't a sailboat. This is just a regular boat with a steering wheel and a throttle.
I think Captain Ron's a bit of a con artist.
There's
That's
he's got to get home now, so he needs a ride back.
Yeah, and I love how he pulled this little thing off thing. He's like, "Oh, you didn't untie the thingy," and I'm all like, "Maybe you didn't."
Like, oh well, shit happens.
And he's constantly talking about driving the USS Saratoga,
right? And then he's like, "Don't worry, these boats will get out of our way." And it's a big fucking cruise liner. And I'm all like, "That's not how this one works, Captain Ron." I just want to say that right now.
Too, the husband is terrified there. The wife is so thrilled.
Yeah, she's just like, "Yay, we're gonna have so much fun here." Okay, that's where the movie ends, you guys. Okay, so I wanted to ask you, where do you guys think Ron ended up at the end of this whole thing, after this movie ends and he gets these two, young lovers out of the way? Where do you think he ended up long term?
I think he's setting up for another 7 years away from the US.
Yeah. I was gonna say he's back on an island in the Caribbean.
He probably stole that guy's wife.
Yeah.
See, I just see him as like a big parrot head. Like he's all like, "Oh, I love, Margaritaville and everything." Back on that island with the Asians. And he's just
I'd actually like to think that is Snake Plissken before
that's
everything happened, and then he had to go escape from New York after. Like, was so happy-go-lucky, and then whatever happened to where he ended up becoming from Ron Rico a Snake Plissken.
That's great. That's
awesome.
Great. Yeah. That's great. Okay, was there anything about this movie that you guys wanted to bring up or mention before we wrap things up? Ricky, was there anything you wanted to say? Mention?
I kind of mentioned earlier where I said, I'm like, I swear watching this, like, I'm like, this is a Disney movie. And like I said, I'm watching it and I'm like, I forgot about the underage drinking. And then I'm like, you see Mary Kay Places and nipples in this movie? I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, I watched this as a child and I never, especially that part, never saw that at all. I'm like, I don't know how my parents let me watch this.
Right on. Vetta, what about you? Was there anything you wanted to bring up before we end?
No. I think we talked about everything.
I just want to mention one more time that these are very bad parents. I don't think that they're good parents at all. I think they're just like, there's a lot of neglect going on here, and I think it's horrible.
So you don't feel that they were totally 90s parents? I feel like they're 100%.
Oh, probably, but that doesn't mean it was okay.
Oh, it doesn't mean it's okay. No,
they were still bad parents.
The parents of their time.
Yeah, they were still bad parents. They're like the parents that would let you ride your bike 2 miles to the gas station, by yourself and not know.
Our parents used to let me ride our bike.
My parents used to do that all the time. I'm sorry. In the 90s, we had a thing at 10 o'clock. They'd be like, "It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are?" Yep. That's bad parenting in the 90s. Like, I'm sorry. You didn't know where your kids were? Okay. So I had to mention that. Okay. Before we go, I want to ask you one more question, and then we'll wrap it up. And that is, overall, what did you think about this movie, and would you recommend? R2, what do you say?
I still like it. It's a fun watch. It's not, the greatest comedy, but if you've never seen it, it's worth watching, especially if you love Kurt Russell. I mean, he's great in everything.
Right on. Vetta, what about you?
Absolutely. I say definitely watch it. It's fun. It's ridiculous. And I would recommend it for sure.
Yeah, I really liked this movie a lot. I'm with you guys. I thought it was a lot of fun. You know, it was ridiculous, but it was so much fun. And you know, at the end of it, I was like, I'm really happy that I saw that. So I would also recommend it, especially if you're like a '90s kid and you've never seen it before. I would say watch it. Okay, now R2, tell everybody where they can find you at, my dude.
You can find me over on my YouTube channel. It's After the Weekend. It's all one word. And as I mentioned, I used to do movie reviews over there, but my co-hosts, unfortunately, life changes and they've quit on me. So I've actually gone to a new format where I now do an interview with content creators about their favorite movies and TV shows. And I do that every Wednesday night, as much as I'm able to, at 10 p.m.
Right on.
And that's called, I call that segment, and I'll probably rebrand my channel too, but it's Tonight with R2 is what I call it.
Right on. Yeah. And we will leave all the links in the description down below, so you can find R2 on all his social medias and everything, you guys, so you guys can check him out. But thank you so much, you guys, for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BSDrunkPod to stay updated. Now, if you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast needs, please leave us a 5-star review or the equivalent of. It really helps us out a lot, you guys, and we really appreciate it. You have no idea. Also, like I said before, we'll be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there, subscribe and everything, like and all that good shit. It's at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, we do have a Patreon, guys, if you are interested. And over there, we review movie franchises, and we've done Jurassic Park, and we've done the Bring It On series, and Scream. We did Scream and everything. So go ahead, and there's plenty of different levels to see whatever needs you guys have. So go check it out. The link will be in the description down below. But most importantly, you guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you guys.
Bye.